19-year-old soldier set to become Spain's first queen in 150 years. At dawn, as the Spanish flag rises over a military academy, a young cadet stands at attention, boots polished, posture unshakable, eyes fixed forward. She is not just training to defend her country. She is preparing to rule it. At only 19 years old, dressed in the uniform of a soldier, Princess Leonor of Asturias is quietly rewriting history. If all unfolds as expected, she will become Spain's first reigning queen in more than a century and a half, and the youngest monarch Europe has seen in generations. A moment 150 years in the making. Spain has not had a reigning queen since Queen Isabella II, who was dethroned in 1868. Since then, the crown has passed through kings, republics, dictatorship, restorations, and democratic rebirths, but never again to a woman ruling in her own right. That long historical pause is now approaching its end. Princess Leonor, the eldest daughter of King Felipe VI and Queen Letizia, stands as the clear heir to the Spanish throne. Unlike many heirs before her, she is coming of age in full public view under the gaze of a modern, skeptical, and demanding society. Yet rather than retreat into ceremony alone, Leonor is doing something deeply symbolic. She is serving as a soldier. This is not just a personal milestone. It is a national statement. From palace to parade ground. Born on October 31, 2005, Leonor de Borbón y Ortiz entered the world as a princess, but also as a promise. When her father ascended the throne in 2014, she became Princess of Asturias, officially named the future Queen of Spain. From the beginning, her upbringing has been anything but accidental. Her parents, particularly Queen Letizia, a former journalist, were determined to raise a future monarch who understands discipline, public service, and the realities of modern Spain. Leonor's education has been rigorous, multilingual, and international. She studied at UWC Atlantic College in Wales, known for shaping global leaders, diplomats, and thinkers. There, she lived among students from dozens of countries, sharing dorms, responsibilities, and challenges far removed from palace life. But it is her military training that has captured the nation's imagination. Why a queen trains as a soldier? In Spain, the monarch is constitutionally the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. For male heirs, military training has long been tradition. For a future queen, it is groundbreaking and powerful. In 2023, Princess Leonor began her military education at the General Military Academy in Zaragoza, following the same path her father once took. Over the coming years, she is expected to train across all branches of the armed forces, Army, Navy, and Air Force. This is not symbolic attendance. It is real training. She marches. She studies military law and strategy. She learns leadership under pressure. She lives under strict discipline. And she does so under the same rules as her fellow cadets: no special privileges, no shortcuts. For many Spaniards, this image of a teenage princess in uniform represents something profoundly reassuring: a monarchy willing to adapt, to serve, and to earn respect rather than demand it. A new face of monarchy. Spain's monarchy has not always enjoyed unquestioned support. Past scandals and controversies eroded public trust, particularly during the later years of King Juan Carlos I. When Felipe VI became king, his mission was clear: restore dignity, transparency, and moral authority to the crown. Princess Leonor is central to that mission. She represents a new generation of monarchy, one shaped by accountability, gender equality, and public service. Unlike queens of the past, she is not being groomed solely as a symbol or consort. She is being prepared as a constitutional leader in a democratic state. Her speeches already reflect this evolution. In public addresses, Leonor speaks with clarity, maturity, and emotional intelligence well beyond her years. She addresses issues of unity, responsibility, and shared values, carefully chosen words that resonate in a country marked by regional identities and political tensions. She does not speak often, but when she does, Spain listens. The weight of the crown at 19. To be 19 is to stand on the edge of adulthood, to balance uncertainty with ambition. For Princess Leonor, that balance carries extraordinary weight. Every step she takes is scrutinized, every expression analyzed, every silence interpreted. Yet those close to the royal household describe her as focused, serious, and deeply aware of her future role. Unlike celebrity culture or royal glamour, Leonor's public image is defined by restraint. She dresses modestly. She avoids spectacle. She embodies continuity rather than disruption. In a world obsessed with instant fame, her quiet discipline feels almost revolutionary. Spain's first queen in a modern democracy. When Leonor eventually ascends the throne, she will not rule as queens once did. Spain is a constitutional monarchy, meaning her power will be symbolic, institutional, and unifying rather than political. Yet symbolism matters. A reigning queen in 21st century Spain sends a powerful message about gender equality, historical reconciliation, and national identity. It closes a chapter that began with Isabella II and opens a new one shaped by democracy, transparency, and modern values. She will be a queen not because of tradition alone, but because the Constitution recognizes her right, her preparation, and her legitimacy. Europe is watching. Across Europe, monarchies are evolving or fading. Spain's future queen is being closely watched by royal houses, political analysts, and young citizens alike. She belongs to a new generation of royal women, alongside figures like Crown Princess Victoria of Sweden and Princess Elizabeth of Belgium, who are redefining what female leadership looks like in hereditary institutions. Yet Leonor's journey is unique. She is not just preparing to reign. She is preparing to serve, visibly and tangibly, long before she wears a crown. The soldier who will be queen. There is something deeply symbolic in the image of a future queen learning to follow orders before giving them. Military training teaches humility, resilience, teamwork, and sacrifice, qualities essential for leadership in uncertain times. For Spain, a nation that has known civil war, dictatorship, and democratic rebirth, this symbolism cuts deep. Leonor is not distancing herself from history. She is confronting it, on parade grounds, in classrooms, and through service. A crown earned, not assumed. When the day comes, whether years or decades from now and Princess Leonor takes the oath as Queen of Spain, it will not feel sudden. It will feel prepared. The public will remember the teenage cadet who trained in uniform. The young woman who spoke with composure beyond her years. The future monarch who chose discipline over privilege. She will not simply inherit the crown. She will arrive ready for it. Conclusion. History in the making. Spain stands at the threshold of a historic transformation. A 19-year-old soldier is preparing to become the country's first reigning queen in 150 years, and not through spectacle, but through service. In her quiet determination lies a powerful message. Leadership is not about age, gender, or grandeur, but about responsibility, preparation, and trust. And as Princess Leonor marches forward step by disciplined step, she is not just walking toward a throne. She is walking into history.